What's up, everybody? Okay, today we're gonna be taking the T5 out of my Foxbodies, but I had this all recorded the other day and I just want to put this out there. And the app on my phone, I'm using Filmic Pro, and it just deleted like 2 of my videos. No! So I'm editing it now and I saw that these were gone, so I'm throwing this back in here. And so today we're going to be removing the T5 from my Foxbody Mustang. I'm going to go through all the steps that I had to take to get it out. It was fairly simple. It didn't take me that long. It took me an afternoon to get it out, but otherwise pretty simple, and it was really fun actually. I mean, you get real dirty, and and I almost dropped the transmission on myself at the end of the video, but otherwise it was just a good time. So I'm going to play the intro, we're going to get right into the video, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so the car is clean now. There's one thing I want to do before I start ripping it apart. So you can kind of see right there that gauge is still hanging down, and I kick it every time. So I want that out of the way. It's bugging me quite a bit. But I'm gonna mount that back up, put the cover over the fuse box. That'll be fine, and maybe play around with the Make Squirt real quick. But after that, it's coming apart, and so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to jack it up, and then I am going to take the O2 sensors out, and then the mid pipe out. And after that, I'll show you what to do, and I think we got to take the cross member out, and some other things, but when we get there, I'll show you. But for now, jack the car up, get the O2 sensors out, and then get the X pipe out, and see where we're at from there. So let's get this thing started. Alright, this is just a little extra, but I got the car started. I messed with Tuner Studio. There's like an idle PWM idle duty percent when it's like just starting, and I fixed that, and now the car like starts up perfectly, and it'll be nice when I get the new engine and I won't have to worry about that. So everything's good to go. All the cold start stuff is ready for the Mustang. It's time to get this thing up in the air and keep on keeping on. Alright, I'll show you when it's on. So I got a little ways into this, and I was going to show you what I'm doing. So I'm just going to preface this whole series, because this is going to be like a pretty long series, because I'm not going to get this done on the weekend. Lame! Let's face it, it's probably going to take me a couple weeks at least. So I'm going to show you everything I'm doing to the best I can, but I can't show every single little thing, because then the videos would be like an hour long each, and it just wouldn't be worth it. So I will show you all the important parts, I think, and all the good stuff. I'll show you all the good stuff, all the important things that go on with the build. So, but right now, the first thing I did was I took the shifter out and got to it. So here, let me show you. So kind of dark in here. So I have this in another video, but I loosened the main console up, and then I took out the 2 plates that cover the shifter, and so that's where I'm at right now. And so the shifter is held in by, let's see, so the shifter is held in by a 13mm bolt, or 4 of them. So I'm going to take the short throw shifter I have out. This is the Hurst Ford Performance one, so I'm going to be reusing that. So I'm going to pull it out and then get to the cross member and stuff and start pulling that apart. But so first thing I did was take apart the center console, and then take off the boot and everything and expose the shifter, and that's where I'm at now. So these are the pieces I took off, and you can see how I got a little OCD. So this was the top plate, and this was the boot that goes over the shifter. So I took those off. I took them off. These are 8mm bolts that surround it. There's 4. I took the shifter off and the ball, and so that's what it is. Okay, so I couldn't pry off that shifter. It was way too hard. It's really stuck on there. So I'm just going to pull the whole trans out and then pop it off. And I feel, because I don't want to take my whole center console out if I don't have to. If I have to, I have to. But for now, I think I just drop that thing down with the shifter on it. So let me show you what I'm going to do. Alright, so first thing, I'm going to take out that O2 sensor, and then my wideband, which is located over there. Then we're going to pull out the bolts that hook up the headers to the X pipe. And then those bolts back there That's the X pipe as well. And after we do that, we're going to support the transmission and pull out the cross member, which is that bolt, and there's another one over there, and then the transmission mount. And after that, we'll see where we're at. All right, so drive shaft is out, and the right way to do that is the bolts are those 12-point bolts. So make sure you have a boxed in 12 millimeter wrench to pull those things off. Otherwise, you'll strip it, like I almost did with a wrench, because you can't really get a good socket on there. It doesn't work at all. Let me just rephrase that. It does not work. So make sure you get your 12 millimeter boxed in wrench and then break off the bolts for your drive shaft. So that's the quick tip. Okay, so now that we got the drive shaft out, I'm going to disconnect the speedometer thing. I don't know what it's called. I already forgot. The speedometer gear, the plastic one right there. And then I'm going to connect the speed sensor. And you can see I'm already leaking transmission fluid, which isn't cool. But after we do that, I'm going to prop up the transmission with the jack and then unscrew or unbolt this and the other side as well. And then these 4 bolts on the actual transmission, and the transmission should be able to pull out and then come down. So that's the goal. Hopefully it works out. I'm going to put a time lapse on this so you guys can actually see it.
We interrupt this program for an important news announcement.
Okay, so one of the things that got cut out of the video is messing with the O2 sensors and stuff. So I'm going to show you guys really quick. Okay, so a couple things I wanted to go over underneath the car that got deleted was I put both of my O2 sensors in plastic baggies. I don't know if you have to or if it matters, but I definitely, for the wideband, I think you do. So I did that just to make it safe. And the other O2 sensor over there, I did put the baggie over it. I just don't want contaminants. I'd rather be safe than sorry at the end of the day. And so then I didn't get to show that I got this sensor out, and there's just one, I think it's like 11 millimeter bolt that holds this in, and that comes out easy. And then your reverse light switch comes out. It's hiding over there, so that comes out. And then the one thing that late model restoration didn't show, because I don't think all cars are equipped with it, is there's a neutral safety or neutral sensing switch, this guy right here. And make sure to pull that out, because I didn't know about it and I was hung up on it at the end when I was pulling out the transmission. So make sure to pull that out, because I know some cars that have that on there. I think it's cars with cruise control. So make sure to pop that thing out when you're taking it out. So one of the things I got cut out of the video that I wanted to show was, so on your flange where you drive or bolt the drive shaft to, make sure you mark it on the flange and your drive shaft so you can orientate it back onto the drive shaft flange accordingly. Because if you get it out of whack, it won't run right, or you'll be getting vibrations down the road and a bunch of weird stuff that's going on. Your drive shaft is balanced a certain way, and it needs to be correct for your actual flange. So just make sure to do that. It's good for you. So I marked it with a green pin, so I marked it there. I even marked the bolt, which I don't think matters, but still did it nonetheless. So, and there's my green mark on the actual drive shaft. So just make sure you do that. It's a quick tip, and it'll help you out in the end, and there's just one less problem you got to deal with. Alright, so that is the end of my interjection into the video. Let's get back to the original day where I started doing this, but yeah, that's all I got to say for now. So, and back to the normal video. Okay, so I just want to talk about this a little bit more. So these bolts, so they're 12-point bolts, so you need a 12 millimeter box wrench to pop these things off. And the way I did it is I stuck a screwdriver through here so it wouldn't spin, and then I popped it off with a breaker bar, and these came off relatively easily. So don't try to use a socket, because I tried and I almost messed up and destroyed them. So yeah, boxed in wrench, that's what's up. So, and then I marked it with a green pen on there, and then the actual differential, so I can put it on the same way and it's all good. So these are brand new U-joints, and this thing is dirty, but it's been freshly painted, new U-joints, it's ready to rock. So yeah, now I'm just gonna pull down the transmission, so let's get it. got the trans out, got all that. Well, pretty much just got the trans out, and you saw, and I almost killed myself doing it. But so that's a successful day. Got that thing out. The one thing I didn't show was the reverse light sensor, the reverse light, whatever it is. So that thing you gotta unclip, wherever it is. There it is. You gotta unclip that thing. So make sure to do that before you pull it out. But otherwise, we got it done. We got it through. That's might be the end of today's video. I'm not sure. We might try to do some more tomorrow on Saturday. So we're gonna check it out. But I'll just take this opportunity to like, subscribe, and comment. But check it out. Check how dirty this stuff is. All right. So here's the transmission. This is my old one. So check it out. How bad this is. That is bad. That's real bad. So, good thing we're getting rid of this. And drive shaft has new U-joints in it, and it's got a bunch, or it's balanced, so it's good. I need to get this time when I get this thing done. I gotta tack weld that. We're getting a new trans mount, so that'll be new as well. So, but I think day one went really, really well. Yes, tomorrow I think I'm gonna try to see what I'm gonna do to be able to get the engine out, what I gotta unplug, what I gotta, just everything I have to do to make that thing work right. So stick around. We're gonna get it to tomorrow, either in the next video or in a couple seconds when you'll see it. So I'm gonna find out depending on how long this video is. But thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate the support. All right, so that's the end of day one. I feel like Paul Walker with my Corona. Dom Toretto just gave it to me.
You can have any brew you want, as long as it's a Corona.
All right, so but that's the end of day one. It went pretty good. There was one hiccup, but I got through it pretty quick. I thought one of the bolts was stripped, but I ended up messing around with it and it turned out fine. So it was pretty good, pretty easy. Everything went well. So pretty happy, I'm happy. I'm just so happy. But I'm gonna finish my Corona and we're gonna get back on this tomorrow, and I will keep you updated through the whole entire thing. Oh, there's already oil leaking out of it. Oh my god, that's gross. Ew.